Hey guys, I did this same meditation last night on Instagram Live, and unfortunately I forgot to hit save video, so I'm going to do it again so I can have it recorded and uploaded to YouTube so everyone can see it. And every time I do this, I kind of go over the rules of the do's and don'ts of breathing and meditation. So our do's are that, remember, it's a practice, and it takes exactly that, practice. Do try to find a quiet place in your house, just even a quieter place in your house. It could be your bathroom. And do try to relax, because trying to relax is the art of relaxing itself, right? We just have to put a little effort into that. The don'ts are don't get frustrated. Again, it takes practice. The don'ts, another don't is don't expect it to instantly fix all the bad things in your life. These little practices are baby steps into healing and to finding more calm and peace in your life. And don't give up. And then I will give you guys a little itinerary. So how it works is that I will instruct you through some breathing, through some meditation, through some visual, and then there will be a couple minutes, a minute or two, not too long, of silence where you guys will just sit and use the cues that I had given you, sitting through those 2 minutes in quiet. And then you will hear, I'm going to use that little crystal bowl. It's going to sound like a soft gong sound. That will signify the end of your sitting session. And then I will, of course, talk you out of it as well. So that's pretty much how it works. You'll be here for maybe less than 10 minutes total, including my talking time now. But yesterday I did a reading from the Yoga Sutras. So any of my yogis know that this is like the Bible of yoga. So it had to do with the second Yoga Sutra. The restraint of the modifications of the mind stuff is yoga. So the mind stuff is our thoughts and all that stuff, right? To be able to restrain that is yoga, right? Or that is enlightenment, or, you know, the very, very top step that most of us will never get there, right? But again, it's baby steps. If the restraint of the mental modifications is achieved, one has reached the goal of yoga. If you can control the rising of the mind into ripples, you will experience yoga. Again, controlling those thoughts, controlling those fluctuations. And he goes on to describe more that the entire world is based on your thoughts and mental attitude. The entire world is your own projection. Your values may change within a fraction of a second. If we remember that, we won't put so much stress on outward things. That is why yoga does not bother much about changing the outside world. There is a Sanskrit saying, as the mind, so the person. Bondage or liberation are in your own mind. If you feel bound, you are bound. If you feel liberated, you are liberated. Things outside neither bind nor liberate you, only your attitude towards them does. So your view is your reality, right? Your view on the outside world, of outside sources and things is your reality. The good thing is you could change that view. So if you have control over the thought forms and change them as you want, you are not bound by the outside world. There's nothing wrong with the world. You can make it a heaven or hell according to your approach. That is why the entire yoga is based on Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That is the Sanskrit language for the second sutra. If you control your mind, you have controlled everything. Then there is nothing in the world to bind you. And yes, kind of a crazy idea right now where we have every right to feel a little control, right? Especially in our actions and our social distancing and quarantine and isolation. So I think we need to really translate that into our mental, that our thoughts don't have to be controlled by all this craziness that's going on, and we can ride the storm out. So just something to think about, whenever you want to think about it, I guess. But for now, we'll start our meditation. So I also like to go over ways to sit. So I highly recommend elevating your seat. If you don't have a yoga block, a couple books will be fine. Or if you have like a more sturdy pillow or cushion. I like both, actually. I switch between cross-legged and kneeling. So just gently cross the legs in front of you. Your hips should be higher than your knees. Kneeling is also an option. Bringing the block between the heels. And if none of these are comfortable for you, just sitting on a chair or the edge of a couch. So you would just imagine this is the edge of a chair. Your feet would be on the ground. And it would just sit nice and tall there. So if worst comes to worst, you just sit on the edge of a chair, the edge of your couch, and finding a place where you can come to a nice tall spine. So take a couple seconds to set up your seat. And once you're there, let the eyes close and let the spine grow tall. Bring the shoulders up to the ears for just a moment. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, roll them all the way back and down. And then just start to draw attention to your breath. Don't change it. Just notice it. Notice the rhythm. Notice the temperature. Relax the muscles of your face. Separate the teeth. And now draw your attention to the thoughts in your mind. So don't try to stop them or change them just now. Just notice what you're thinking about. Most likely there's a lot going on in the mind right now. So just acknowledge it. Again, don't try to change it or stop it. And now start to deepen your breath just a touch. Don't have to exaggerate it too much, but just make it a little bit longer than your normal inhale and exhale. And you want you to start to visualize a tiny white light right behind your belly button. In the center of your body, right where your solar plexus is. And as you breathe, imagine that light getting a little bigger and slowly growing. So now that white light fills a little bit more, fills to the top of your pelvis and to the bottom of the rib cage. So fills that whole middle section of your body, to the sides of the waist, to the back of the body, circling around the kidneys. And then as you continue to inhale, letting that white light travel a little further. Now let it fill the bowl of the pelvis and let it fill the entire rib cage all the way up to the collarbone. And as this white light glows, let it bring a sense of warmth. Let it bring a sense of calm. Let it bring peace. Again, as you breathe, start to breathe that white light a little bit more into the limbs, so let it fill the thighs. And let that white light fill the upper arms, the biceps and triceps. Letting that warming feeling travel a little further into the edges of your body. And then continuing to breathe that white light to fill the calves and the feet. Let it fill the forearms and the hands all the way to the tips of the fingers. And then finally let that white light fill the neck, the jawbone, circle around the face, fill to the back of the skull, and filling all the way to the crown of the head. So your entire body is filled with this warm white light. Now imagine yourself looking down at yourself in this seated position, and all you see is your body outlined, filled with this white light. Again, let that white light bring a sense of warmth, peace, serenity, calm, gratefulness, and any positive quality that you need right now. And then for the next minute or so, allow yourself to use this visual, use this white light visual filling your body as a point for you to focus your meditation on. And now, as you notice the thoughts in your mind, I want you to try to let them go and just let them pass you by. And as soon as you notice your thinking, draw your attention back to that white light filling the space of your body. Feel free to sit as long as you like. If you're ready to move on, gently blink the eyes open when you're ready. Thank you guys for joining me today. Be well, stay safe, take care of each other, help where you can, and we'll see you soon.